guys, it's you now back here to with an all new video. Today I'm going to show you how you can create 3D text using Adobe AfterFX CC. So here's what we're going to create, so let me show you. So that's how your 3D text will look like. I already created it very before, and here are the casting shadows and all the options. I used some backgrounds here for showing it much better. So with that being said, let's get started. If you like this video, I want more video like this, I want to give you a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. I will be creating more better videos. So that's get started. Put a file new and make a new project. So what I'm gonna do is I go to composition. I'm gonna start a new composition and make sure the background color is black. And click OK. And click OK. And now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna add a new text here. So I'm gonna click on the text tool and type here. Real bold, and I'll be selecting the size font. You can just type on 3. So you just go and type on 3D. In my case, you can even type name, but it doesn't want to type 3D. And I'm going to select it. And I'm going to increase the font size, the color that you like. Now we're going to increase the spacing. Select a selection tool and make sure it's same. We don't need some room here so that we can spare this. Okay, now here's our 3D text. Now the first of all thing that we're gonna do is that we're gonna convert this text into 3D and more like that. So I'm gonna get this done. First of all, I'm gonna get it to adaptive resolution, and I'm gonna also make sure that this is in auto mode, and then make sure it's 3D. And here renderer, we can change it to classic 3D and select OK, but select OK. Then if we change it to classic 3D, we have a 3D shape, but the problem is here that we do not have geometrical options. Now we can change it back to ray trace 3D, and we click OK, you see a geometry option of automatically coming down here. But the main problem in ray trace 3D is that this renders really slow and takes much more memory, as you know. So even for rendering a 2-second video, we can take really hard and the time and really makes it much work. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna use the camera tool and probably after clicking on that because we do not have a camera. So let's get over the layer and create a camera. I'm gonna look at the 4.55 mm. Okay, and then we can shift it out. And as you see, we have a flat layer. That means we do not have it in 3D. So let's convert this layer to 3D. Put it into options, and there you go. Extrusion depth. This is the heart of our 3D. We can increase it so that it changes its shape into 3D. So here we have pretty well. Increase it to about 175%, looks pretty well thick. So change to 175 or something. Okay, there we go. Now, if you move this layer, you see we have 3D layer ready. Now, what you can do is that pressing caps lock of the rendering of the video, every time that it renders here again and again, you can do by pressing caps lock. Once you press caps lock, and then you continue to the one here. Now press caps lock again, refresh it, and there you go with the layer. Now what we're gonna do is that it doesn't look pretty well. So let's change some options and play with our layer. So first of all, I'm going to change the layer style. Pretty well, so I'm going to change it to angular. And before setting that, I'm going to change the bevel to 15%. The bevel is pretty well. We can also do it in this one. So let's add a lightning effect to this. So what we're going to do is that we're going to go to new layer, new, and light source. And I'm going to change the spotlight intensity to something 75, and it will somewhat hue, yellow hue. Click OK, and then make sure it is the cast shadow is checked on, and click OK. Okay. Now let it be rendered. There you go. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna use the selection tool to move the right source. Here are the arrows: green, y-axis, x-axis, and z-axis. The z-axis focuses, so I'm gonna change the x-axis, and I'm gonna change the y-axis. And there our light source will be coming from, and here is the focus of the light. So what we're gonna do is that you're gonna hold this and get it in the center of the image like this. Okay, that looks pretty well. So after putting the focus on, what we're gonna do is that I'm going to look through there, and I'm going to click on material option and make sure the cast shadow is checked on, and even sharpness, reflection intensity, and change it to 35%, and specular intensity I'm going to change it to 100. Then specular shininess, it pretty well shows shininess, but it doesn't shine, it just make it looks black, so I'm going to change it to 4. Then what we're going to do is that we're going to make the text transform. The main thing that the Y rotation we can see, but the text rotates from the panning point, which is this. That means one corner of the text. Now if you see, the text goes like this, and it looks pretty well, so I'm going to get this 0 again. So what we're going to do is that I'm going to select the text layer, and using the pan option here, pan behind, anchor point, let's change this anchor point to the center of it, where these two callouts match, that's the center point. Now if we go back to transforming text and change the X rotation, you see the text rotates centrally. And let's change it to 0 again. Okay, so what we're gonna do is that we're gonna add a rotating option into it so that the text rotates in X orientation. So I'm gonna change the working area. To some 4 seconds or 2 seconds. So I'm gonna change it to 2 seconds only. 2 seconds, and let's get this here. Okay, so from X-axis we're gonna click on the watch timer and restart. Okay, so I'm gonna get it to Y rotation, click on the watch, and get it to the last point of the video. And the first one denotes how much rounds it would take, and the second one is the rounding off. So instead of changing this, just click here and type in 2 rounds wherever you want. And now if you see a video, you see the text rotates 2 times in the whole sequence. Okay, that worked pretty well. You can even position a scale orientation of the text, opacity of the text if you really need. So I'm going to go back to material option. Now let's see what changes we can do here. You can decrease the melanin if you want, but in case I'm going to keep it more metallic look, so I'm going to do it 100%. And then intensity will be like that. Okay, so in this case we created this text. Now we need some background layers so that the cast shadows option are looking pretty well. So for that, what we're gonna do is that we're gonna add a new layer, solid, and change its name to wall 1, square pixels. Change the color whatever you want. For example, in the case I'm gonna change it to green color, light green. Okay then. And now let's make the subject 3D too. And what we're gonna do is that we're gonna click on this wall, material, not material option, but transform and X rotation. You can improve the X rotation by checking on the wall, or I'm going to keep it straight to 0. And Y rotation, I'm going to keep it like this. And select the selection tool, and now using the selection tool you can move it behind this, like that. And move the size too, where it focuses on it. Okay, that looks pretty well. So that will be rendered completely. Now what we're going to do is that I'm going to click on the wall layer and press Ctrl+D to duplicate the layer. Now we have a duplicate layer too, and now select the duplicated layer and move the layer outside so that you have 2 layers. And now go back to transform and use Y rotation. Okay, and now the Z axis. Make sure it is 0, and then let's get a big backward. Okay, and then use the X axis to combine with the layer that you needed. Okay, and now finally let's create the floor to wall 1. Press Ctrl plus D to duplicate the wall and get this wall here, and then go back to transforming option and use the X rotation. Oops, it worked out. We're gonna use the Y rotation like this, and then instead of X we're gonna try Z rotation. So the voice that carries them has kept me astray. Too soon to act on it, can we ever be? You could probably do that, so I did it very quickly, and what we're going to do is that we're going to click outside the layer and let me render completely. Now, the worst part of it is that I'm going to render this video from the starting to the ending. It would be like this. So let's render this video by clicking on this button. So I'm going to pause the video for a while. So there you go, our video is being rendered correctly. Now let's play the video and let's look how it really looks like. So I'm going to start over clicking the play button, and there you go. Read and repeat it, and you see here casting shadows, and even the quality of the text is pretty well. Casting shadows, the reflections you see here, all the reflections are pretty well. So now that was it, guys. That's how you can create 3D text. And if you really want to render this video, go to composition and you can add it to render key or Adobe Media render key. If you have Adobe Media encoder installed, in case you don't have it, so add to render key and just set to where you want it and click on it. I'm not going to render the video because it could really take time. In my case, it shows about 1 hour, but generally it happens in 20 to 50 minutes. So that was it, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm David Mike and I'm signing out.